everybody, good morning. So today is day number 3. As you could tell, my weight has dropped yet again, and I'm going to check my blood ketone levels and see how those are. I still felt really tired when I woke up this morning, sort of like as if I had gone out last night drinking or something, so almost like I was hungover, but not really hungover, maybe just dehydrated. Maybe I need a lot more water than I'm thinking. So now, one thing I didn't mention the last 2 days is when I'm doing these blood ketone tests, I'm doing them in a fasted state. I'm not having any exogenous ketone supplements or MCT oil. I'm not gonna have any bulletproof coffee or anything. I haven't eaten anything. I just maybe had a glass of water. So I replaced the batteries on this the other day, which are great, which is good. Oh God, I hate pricking my finger. Fuck every time. Fuck you. Ow. I hate doing that. Oh. Some of you guys are gonna be like, oh, you're such a big sissy. And I think I pulled away a little bit, so this might not be enough blood. It better be. Son of a... Ah, good. I hate it. If you guys know a better way of doing it, let me know. Otherwise, I think it's just me being a big sissy. So I was 0.1 the first day, and then I was 0.2, and today I'm 0.3. So it's just going up gradually. So I'm slowly producing ketones through my liver, through the fat. So I'm getting enough fat. I'm just slowly burning through my glycogen stores at this point, which is why I'm feeling tired. Another reason I might be feeling tired is because maybe I'm having too much caffeine. Not maybe, I know I am. It's kind of ridiculous. So as I mentioned yesterday, a normal healthy caffeine amount would be 300 milligrams throughout the whole day. So like 80 in a small cup of coffee, 80 milligrams in a small cup of coffee, maybe 15 milligrams from tea or whatever. Maybe you're having diet soda and there's a lot of caffeine in soda, so you might have another 30 milligrams there. But the problem is I'm probably having around 1,200 milligrams of caffeine a day, so a significant amount, and that will cause me to feel tired, sluggish. It will affect my sleep quality, so even if I'm getting 8 hours, maybe it's just not a deep enough sleep. So, or maybe it's just the keto, I don't know. Maybe you guys won't feel as tired as I am when you do this if you're not a caffeine addict like I am. So, but either way, I'm gonna go get coffee right now. I don't have any coffee at home, so I'm gonna have to stop at Starbucks again. I'm gonna bring my own pasture raised heavy whipping cream. 2 tablespoons is enough for a huge 20-ounce portion, and then I want to show you guys the secret tip that I do to make my coffee taste great with gum. So check it out. Okay, guys. So I went to Starbucks again, got another unsweetened iced coffee, no milk or anything. Milk has quite a bit of carbs in it. So does half and half, which they call Breve at Starbucks. So I just get heavy whipping cream. So there is such a thing called heavy cream, and then there's heavy whipping cream. They're both basically the same thing, but the heavy whipping cream is a little bit thicker, a little bit more fat dense, as well as less carby. So you won't really see a difference if you're just doing 2 tablespoons or so. But you guys kind of saw this yesterday, so this isn't really what I wanted to show you. What I did want to show you is this. Boom. Can you guys see that? So there's this hard shell gum. It doesn't have to be Eclipse, but it definitely has to be hard shell. The soft shell doesn't work, so it has to be this. I prefer the green flavor, whichever flavor that is. I know there's like cinnamon, which is red, there's a blue one, and I think this green one is spearmint. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But if you chew this sugar-free gum, make sure it's sugar-free, with your
iced coffee. It's delicious. I know it seems weird, and I've told clients about this before, and they think I'm a nutcase, but just try it. If you hate it, at least you know, but I'm pretty sure you'll like it. I don't know anyone that's tried it and didn't like it, you know what I mean? Make sure it's sugar-free, because most gum, if it's not sugar-free, will have around 2 grams of sugar, which is 2 grams of net carbs. If you chew gum, several times throughout the day, one of the main mistakes when I transitioned into keto, almost 2 years ago, was this. I was having around 10 pieces of gum a day, just normal gum, and I didn't think anything of it. I didn't enter it in my FitnessPal. Well, 10 pieces of gum a day with 2 grams of net carbs from sugar, that's 20 grams of carbs. That's my total daily allowance, and that was just gum. Imagine the deli meat, the salami, the cream cheese, imagine any sweeteners. There's so many hidden carbs. There's a lot of carbs in corn and peas and tomatoes and onions, and that's why most people can't get at least 1.5 to 2.5 when they check their blood ketone levels, is because there's a lot of hidden carbs that they're just simply unaware about. And at the end of the day, you don't know what you don't know. So, the big picture here is track everything, whether it's gum, spices, vegetables, whatever it may be. You're gonna be easily surprised that there's hidden carbs in everything, and that's usually what prevents people from getting in a deep nutritional ketosis, which we call fat adaptation, or fat adapted for short. And so if you've tried keto before and you were never successful without taking exogenous ketones, or BHB, which is known as beta hydroxybutyrate supplements, or MCT oils to help jump up that ketone level, then that's probably why. It's because you thought you were eating low carb and you have no idea what low carb means. And so you were probably favoring more of the Paleolithic carbohydrate percentages, which is around 30 to 40% of your total daily intake, and that's because you were having high starchy vegetables like peas, corns, spaghetti squash. Maybe there was onions or tomatoes. Those are what we call high starchy vegetables. On a ketogenic diet, you want more dark leafy green, broccoli, asparagus, mushrooms are okay. Cauliflower is a great one. Avocados are good. There's a lot of carbs in that, but there's a lot of fiber. So net carbs, there's very little, but you're getting a lot of the fiber that you need on a ketogenic diet from avocados. You're getting a lot of fats from the avocados, and you're getting a lot of potassium. So avocados are a huge staple. Don't be afraid, because when you enter them in, you'll see, oh shit, there's a lot of carbs, but there's very little net carbs. I think 4 to 6 grams of net carbs, and you're only having 1 to 2 avocados a day. So that might be half of your daily allowance, but then you're getting very little from eating mostly vegetables and nuts. You don't really want to have a lot of, pepperoni sticks or cream cheese, because there's a lot of carbs in that. If you're having a lot of sausage, there's a lot of hidden carbs in a sausage link or a bratwurst or a hot dog. So you gotta be careful of that stuff. What's up, guys? I am not doing too well. I feel pretty sick, actually. I feel so tired and lethargic. I had to kind of clock out of work and head to my car so I can have a moment to share with you guys how I feel. Today's day 3, and I was starting to have a headache, and I know from the past what helps is if you take some medicine like Advil, ibuprofen, whatever, but you also want to get some sodium, magnesium, and potassium. I don't have any potassium or magnesium, but I just went to the store in between clients and bought a high quality chicken broth with 740 milligrams of sodium per cup, and I had a little more in a cup, microwaved it real quick, drank it. It started to help. I might need another cup to help with my headache, but I'm just feeling so tired and lethargic, and I just kind of need a break for a moment. I think this is where most people usually give up around keto. Day 3, maybe day 5, they start to feel some of those keto flu symptoms like a headache, mood swings, a little bit of depression from not having that sugar to kind of bump up your dopamine levels to make you feel good just in that moment. And if you're kind of doing this along with me and you're on day 3 and you're watching these videos every day to kind of help give you an inside look of what you're going to be going through and to help hold you accountable and stick with it and not give up, I just want you to know that I'm not going to throw in the towel, so you shouldn't either. It's a small challenge to overcome to gain a bigger a goal, which is getting in control of your eating habits, losing body fat, improving your brain cognitivity, and increasing your energy and being a healthier, happier individual for the rest of your life. And this is just a short-term goal of 30 days, where after the 2 to 4 weeks you won't have to deal with what you're dealing with right now. Okay guys, I just want to show you what I got at Five Guys. Basically it's just 2 fatty cuts of beef, and you got grilled mushrooms, onions, and green bell peppers with a little bit of tomatoes. We talked about how tomatoes and onions are what we call more of a high starchy vegetable in a ketogenic diet, but the green bell peppers as well as the mushrooms will kind of give us that volume to help us feel full, in addition to the fat inside the cheese slice, as well as the 2 little thin slices of beef patty that's probably a 85-15 cut. It is cooked with peanut oil, so we get more fats there. It's not the best source of beef. It's probably commercially farmed. Same with the cheese quality. The oil is what we consider a bad oil. It's not like avocado oil or coconut oil, but nonetheless, I just needed something different. It's Friday night. I'm sort of had a bad day at work, and I'm kind of dealing with a little bit of the depression as well as feeling tired. So the last thing that I wanted was to kind of eat the same meal for the 6th or 7th time. So I'll cook something different tomorrow on my day off when I have time to go to the store and everything and grab some coffee for keto coffee. But I just want to show you guys when you're in a tough situation and you need to know where to go. Five Guys for keto is the way to go.
One thing that I wanted to mention, which most people forget to mention, is I think a lot of people can't stay consistent with a healthy diet is because of dishes. It takes a lot of time to clean, cook, go grocery shopping, and I think that's why people end up getting burnt out. And when they get burnt out, they tend to just throw in the towel and grab McDonald's or something that was easy and convenient. So I think that's worth mentioning at least.
So that is basically the end of day 3. It's around 9:30 at night. I'm just gonna chill out with my dog on the couch. My wife is out and about right now with some friends, and I'm having some sparkling water. I had 3 servings of 16-ounce waters at work, and I had probably 3 sparkling waters since then, so another 12, 24, 36 ounces on top of that. I had a few energy drinks and some coffee, so I'm pretty much well hydrated. I feel better. I don't have any more headaches, and I have a little bit more energy. I think once I had my first meal of the day, where I could get those ketones from the high-fat diet, I started to feel a lot better. So my body's already starting to make the transition from carbs to fat as a fuel source. I just took some Advil, drank those 2 servings of chicken broth, which was quite a bit of sodium. Just kind of took a break for a second from work, and I started to feel better after I had my main meal, and kept drinking tons of water.
and then I could kind of go throughout the rest of my day fine. So one thing that I'm surprised about is I haven't really had any cravings. Last night on the way home, I didn't stop to get coffee because the Keurig cups for the morning keto coffee. I didn't stop last night because I didn't feel strong enough. I felt like if I was gonna stop at the grocery store to grab, you know, the Keurig cups, I might have grabbed something like a candy bar or some type of cheat. So I just didn't even want to put myself in that situation where I might end up having a weak moment, and then all of this was just a waste of time, and I would have felt really embarrassed. You know, I've failed a lot. Over the last 6 years, I've been trying to lose this weight, and I'll lose 10 pounds and gain it back, and I'll lose 15 and gain it back, and I just keep going back and forth, as I mentioned on the day one video. And my wife at this point just doesn't believe anything I say. If I tell her I'm going on a diet on Monday, or if I'm doing this keto thing or this paleo thing, or, you know, I've tried it all, she just doesn't really believe me and have faith anymore. So I want to do this for her too, because I've never done 30 days. I've never made it past like 21 days. Something always happens, whether it's a birthday or I get sick or whatever it is. So I really want to do this for her. I want to do this for you guys. I want to do this so I could continue to help people. I know that keto is the answer for most people's problems. I just know it, and I'm not living as a primary example of it. I'm, you know, as you saw with my physique on day one, that's not a great spokesman for, you know, low carb, high fat, and I want to be that. So I might end up having some more salt and vinegar almonds, maybe some salami. I'm going to be careful about the salami. With my Five Guys earlier, I'm hoping that my blood ketones will pop up to 0.4 or higher. If it doesn't, I'm probably going to do a before and after blood ketone test eventually at Five Guys and see if whether it's their vegetables or if there's something hidden, ends up dropping my ketone level. That would be interesting. I'm going to buy some exogenous ketones probably and kind of experiment with that, as well as some MCT oil. I just want to give you guys all the questions that you're going to have. I just want to give you the answers for those throughout these next 30-day videos. And then that way you guys kind of have that confidence giving this your all, so that way you can start seeing the benefits, get control of your maybe your compulsive overeating disorder, your sugar addiction, or whatever you might be struggling with when it comes to nutrition. So either way, appreciate you guys following my journey. I hope this is helping you. But as far as day 3, that's pretty much a wrap.